Wait 1 second, making sure I'm recording. I should be recording now. Hello and welcome back to Random Games Random Days. In today's episode we're once again playing VTuber Connect. This is part 14, I think. Sorry, I have a headache right now. But hopefully you are all doing okay today and staying safe. We might as well continue where we last left off. That was February 9th. It's now like the 12th. Okay. Once again I find myself in front of Makoto's place, but this time with a newly found resolve and laptop in hand. But also with worry that we won't be able to finish everything in time. I ring the doorbell to Makoto's house and look around the neighborhood. It's a cool, quiet morning. A neighbor can be seen walking their dog. It's such a nice morning. It probably helps that last night was the first night that I didn't sleep way past midnight. My thoughts are interrupted as Makoto opens the door and comes out to the gate. Good morning. Good morning. Feels a bit weird to say that. Haven't gotten out of bed this early in a while. It's kinda nice. Makoto gestures to me to follow her, and we make our way to her room. I take a seat on the floor of Makoto's room and sign into my laptop. Makoto takes a seat at her desk. So, what grunt work do you have for me? Well, you can start by massaging my shoulders. I sure can't see how that directly helps with your anniversary stream. But actually, could you find some clips I could use as highlight moments to show for this year? Just find some of the most popular ones and find which VOD they're from and let me know when it happened. Okay, I'll make sure to pick out the most embarrassing moments for this year. What was that? Can you repeat that? I said I'll pick you out the cutest and coolest moments for this year. Okay. Thought I misheard you for a second there. Makoto turns her chair and gets to work on her computer. I open the lid of my laptop and start researching what clips I could give her. After some time I found a good amount of clips that I can give to Makoto. There's a few clips of her most intense boss fights. There are some funny moments, some clumsy and cute ones. Going back and seeing these moments made me a bit nostalgic, even though it hasn't been that long. These types of moments are what got me through some dark times. Hey Makoto, I'm going to send you the list of clips. Makoto turns to me and stretches her arms. It seems like was working out some image editor. Thanks. There's something that came to mind when I was looking at these clips. I think you already pieced it together from what I've told you. But about half a year ago, I was pretty in bad headspace. I wasn't able to find the kind of relationship I was looking for after entering university, so I was pretty depressed and lonely for a bit. But looking at some of your best moments, they reminded me of how I was able to get through those tough times. I thought it said it there for a second. It turned to your content. I turned to your content a lot, and it was my light for a while. I don't think I went about it in the most healthiest way afterwards, I accidentally skipped. I wish there was a back button. But I still value the experiences I've had. So, if anything, I'm at least one person whose life you were able to make brighter through VTubing. I'm really glad to hear that. I hope I can continue to making your life a little bit brighter, both as Mana and as Makoto. You know, how close Mana and Makoto there, eh? They definitely picked M for the start of their name. And I do hope you find what you're looking for. I think I have. I immediately get embarrassed and look away from Makoto. I clear my throat to clear out the awkwardness By the way, you haven't eaten today, have you? Let me stop by the store to grab some food for us so you can continue working. Yeah, thanks. Sorry, I have something in my eye. Trying to also make this one shorter than the last one. The last one's like 40 minutes, 50 minutes. I do apologize for that. Sometimes I get distracted with time. Here, use this key to lock the door behind you and let yourself in. Thanks, see you soon. We lose the key and it's stuck in the house. No! We have to go through the window. I arrive at the door where Makoto and I had first the store, not the door. Where Makoto and I had first met. I let out a deep sigh. I'm still kind of crazy about Makoto, aren't I? I still don't know where our relationship is at. Well, at the very least, we're friends, I guess. But I think we've shared some really personal experiences that just saying we're friends might be reductive. Or maybe I'm reading too deep into it. Probably. I haven't really explicitly asked her what she thinks, but maybe right now isn't the best time with the work we have to get done. I also don't really understand my own feelings all that well. I might be misinterpreting as well. I think I messed up the bit before that. This is probably something that should wait until after the anniversary stream. We're busy enough as it is. I should be thinking about not making things uncomfortable for her instead of trying to rush things. Who would have known that not too long ago my life would change so much from meeting someone here? Life sure works in mysterious ways. Is it weird to feel nostalgic like this when it's only been about a week? I wonder where we're going to go from here on out. I let out a deep sigh. Even though I assured Makoto on so many things, I'm not confident about at all in myself. I don't have very many answers to the problems laid out in front of us, and I can't help but feel like just being there. I thought I was beating around the bush. Being there for her isn't enough. No, I shouldn't think like this. I need to do what I can. I bring my hands up to my face and quickly slap my cheeks to try and dispel my anxiety. Let's get food and go back. The power of food compels you. I open the door to Makoto's room to see her continue to be hard at work. When she notices that I came inside, she turns her chair to me and leans back. I hand her the key, as well as a bento box. Thanks. No problem. Are you making good progress? Yes, actually. I should be ready for the stream going at this pace. That's good. We both open our convenience store's bentos and start eating. I guess now would be a good time to ask her about various things I've been wondering about. So if you don't mind me asking questions about what it's like being Mana, go ahead. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff you're wondering about. What's it like being famous? Well, it's cool, I guess. It's nice that I can keep my private life a secret. It's like I'm a superhero. Or magical girl. There are the obvious downsides that it has, like how negativity. You know what? I could not say that word there. Could not get it to form properly. Well, inevitable. Is that right? Yeah, pretty sure I got that one right. I was so sure I would mess that one up too. Sometimes, I just cannot get certain words to form, like, my brain decides, yes, what words today shall we disable? Ah, yes, let's go with negativity and inevitable. There we go. And I finally got to say it properly. There. It's always like it disables for some reason the certain words when I record. Come when I bring so much attention to myself. Will inevitably come when I bring so much attention to myself. I think the biggest thing is the validation I can get from all the people that support me. It's a double-edged sword. It's easy to fall into the trap of using your audience for self-validation. But at the same time, it's not like people's impressions are not worth anything. My fans are naturally going to be supportive of what I do, but I try to be realistic about myself. Yeah, you seem to be pretty harsh on yourself despite all the praise you get. I think you could definitely be more proud of yourself. Hey, that's a tall order. I guess it might be. This is a bit of a vague question. But what do you think about the relationship between you and the Mana fans? From a fan perspective, it's a bit hard to get noticed as an individual. We can see how you present yourself on stream and see how you interact with chat, but we kind of have to accept the fact that you'll never get to know us as individuals. I've actually thought about this a lot. It's kind of weird to think about, isn't it? You have one person able to have the majority of the agency in communication, and the only way for the other side to make themselves known is through chat, which can be impersonal. I cannot say that word. I can even choose to not read chat. I could make it completely one way, almost. Even if I try my best to interact with chat, I don't know them as people, and they don't know me fully as a person either. But even so, I love the Mana fans. They've given me more than I can ever hope to in return. Also, that graphic card. Also, I just noticed the ASMR mic there. Why do you have a mic so high up there? I guess it's just so it's out of the way while you're, working, and then, when you're streaming you pull it down. Why does, nearly every streamer have one of these or a Yeti mic? I guess they're, the easiest mics to get. Mostly, because that one's quite expensive over there. I don't believe that the relationship we hold is just something as shallow as a way for me to make money, or a way for Mana fans to get entertainment. There's definitely is something special there, but it's different from other types of relationships, and I think it's easy for it to turn into an unhealthy relationship both for the VTuber and the fan. Yeah, I understand from experience. I used the streamer-viewer relationship as a way to substitute for what I wanted from a more intimate, mutual relationship. Maybe they can give a similar, I was about to say smaller. Sorry, I'm not wearing my glasses, and also I just read it smaller there. It just looks so much like smaller there for a second, and then it's just similar. They must be similar then. Feeling in some ways. But ultimately there are two different things. And that I experience how easy it can be to fall into a obsession as well. That can happen to the VTuber as well. Developing a over-reliance on interactions with chat is a substitute for what they might really want, or getting obsessed with someone because they ended up making things too personal. Has that ever happened to you? Obsession with someone? No, I try to keep a reasonable distance from my viewers. I think I might give them the wrong idea if I tried to get closer to them. I think it can work depending on the streamer. There's nothing wrong with getting to know someone who watches your stream. But you have to establish that interpersonal, one-on-one connection first. And I don't think that's possible for me to do that with every viewer that wants to do that. I'm sure there are people out there that are nice and would want to be friends with. But I can't be expected to try and get to know every single person that wants to get friendly. Yeah, that makes sense. It's hard to find the correct way to interact with my fans. On one hand, I want to get to know my community, and I want to be able to acknowledge people. But at the same time, I don't want to create any expectations that our interactions will turn into anything more than a streamer-viewer dynamic. I would feel partially at fault if, because of my actions, a viewer ended up developing a over-reliance. Is that how you say it? Reliance. Yeah, reliance. Reliance, that's it. Reliance. Sorry. Sometimes it just gets messed up every once in a while. But me, despite the fact that I can return the same attention, even if it could be because the viewer misinterpreted you, I don't think you're at fault at all. I think there'll be people that develop that parasocial reliance, regardless of what I do. But I want to think about the things that are in my control. It's impossible for me to invest the time and energy into acknowledging every one of my fans, but I don't want to just ignore them. I'm still trying to find that balance between being engaged with my fans while maintaining enough distance to not create any expectations. I can see how that would be difficult for streamers to deal with. There really doesn't seem to be a easy solution. The way people interact with any entertainment medium is complex, and it doesn't help that streaming as a medium is fairly new. Add VTubing another even newer layer on top of that, and it becomes even more complicated. I'm still trying to understand my own experience. Same here. This is all still new to me, so I'm constantly finding myself thinking and doing things that aren't healthy. Like developing a over-reliance on streaming at times. I was aware of what I should be looking for in my relationship with my viewers in terms of it being healthy and positive for me. But it's hard not to just turn to streaming when I'm feeling lonely, or if I just want to escape from everything. Is there anything wrong with feeling like that, though? I'm sure I would do the same thing. I think the problem arises when you're just using it as a way to avoid your issues. In that case, I guess the problem isn't with VTubing itself, but with the mindset to try and escape from everything. But I guess there are times where the best thing to do is to try and just take a break from everything. And VTubing is just a way to be able to do that, both from the streamer and viewer's side. There is, of course, when VTubing itself becomes a problem, like how we mentioned before about developing a unhealthy relationship. Yeah, I don't think there's a correct way to watch VTubers, similar to how there aren't correct ways to consume other forms of media. But at the same time, there are ways you can go about it that will be unhealthy for you. And a lot of times it can happen without you knowing or without you wanting it. I guess the best thing to do is to just try and be aware of our experience with VTubing as much as possible. You might be right. Heh, why is it so complicated? I guess that's part of what makes it fun and interesting now. Here, I'll make it easy for you. The objective way to enjoy my stream is to forfeit all mortal possessions to me. Hey, you said before that you don't need my money. True, I don't. I'll be happy if you just continue supporting me in your own way. I can do that. Makoto smiles at me before finishing her food. After cleaning up, she showed me some things to review and give my opinion on as a viewer, while she continued her own work. We would work silently, but occasionally make small talk as a break from work. This went on for a few hours. It's night time now. VTuber Connect. And also, that was a lot of talking. Makoto leans back in her chair and stretches her arms above her head. But I think that's where we're going to leave it because I am exhausted. Okay, but hopefully you enjoyed this. Have a nice day, safe, hope to stay apple, maybe some... Sorry about that. Maybe even some moisture, sneak vitamins, very, very important. And bye-bye, see you next time. Have a nice day, see you, bye-bye.